Welcome to West Hants Middle School. My name's Karen Wallace. I'm principal here at the school. I'm going to take you on a little tour through the school and hopefully make you a little more familiar with our floor plan. We're a very large building. Currently there's 570 students here and 24 classrooms, so we're going to do a lot of walking, so come with me. We're now inside the school and we're coming up the main steps. This is where you'll come in off of a bus, and we're going to go down the grade 6 wing. And the first door down the grade 6 wing is the vice principal's office, Mr. Sheldon States, and you will find him in this room or down your wing a lot. In the grade 6 wing there are 8 grade 6 classrooms. There will be 4 upstairs and 4 downstairs. We are upstairs right now. You have this wing, grade 6s have this wing to themselves. This would be a locker pod area here that would be shared by 2 of the grade 6 classrooms, and students all have their own locker, and they're always right next door to where their classroom is. Turn the corner, this would be a grade 6 resource room here, and we continue down the hallway to the last 2 grade 6 classrooms down this wing. This one is Miss Fox's classroom, just to get a peek. And as we make our way down the hallway, you will see there's another locker pod area, and this locker pod area is shared by the 2 classrooms on each side of that area. We're filming this during a time when students aren't in school and the school has been closed, so you'll see a lot of furniture stacked up and a lot of tables in the hallway, and that's us preparing for closing for the summer. So it's not quite looking like it would normally look in a school year. We're now coming downstairs in the grade 6 wing, so this is the bottom floor where there's 4 more classrooms. Grade 6 classroom here, there'll be another classroom over there, and once again the locker pod area that shares that. We are going to enter into the music room. The music room is kind of hidden away behind the small gym. You have to come up a ramp, and it is all soundproofed is what they tell us, but we can always hear you playing music throughout the school. We have lots of instruments up here. Mr. Dunlop loves to see students in this room all hours of the day. And if you look around, it's a big space with lots of instruments that are here for practice and for signing out. We have band programs for the students to take part in. And during the recess and noons and mornings, Mr. Dunlop is here for students to come in and practice their musical talents, whether that be singing, whether that be rapping, or whether that be instruments. And there's lots of different spaces, and we have soundproof rooms for recording as well. So it's a great place to hang out. We're finishing up in the music room. We're back in the bottom floor, grade 6 wing, and we're going to proceed down, and there's 2 doors to get into the small gym that's in the grade 6 wing. So we're going to go in this one, and I'll show you around in the area that we have here. Interestingly enough, it's being painted, so the colors on the walls right now will be green by the time students arrive back here. And this gym is used for all grade 6 gym classes and a few grade 7 gym classes. The wall that's right here actually opens up to the music room to make a stage for when we have concerts, and the change rooms are over in the far corner for the students that are taking part in activities in this gym. We're going to continue out and down the floor of the lower grade 6 wing to more classrooms, and we will finish off with the last 2 classrooms of grade 6 here at the corner. We've got one right here, and the last classroom for grade 6 is right here in the corner. As we come by, here's the locker pod area for those 2 classrooms for students, and then the next room will be our library. The library is serviced for the whole school. It's open recess and noon by either the librarian or one of our other staff members, and is often used for board games and for just quiet time. And they come in and hang out here and really enjoy their space with Mrs. Lake in this space. So it's a great place to hang out. We're back at the main entrance on the bottom floor. The main entrance steps will be your landmark when you are new to our school. Whenever you get yourself back here, you know you're in the middle of the building and close to the office. And we're going to work our way down this wing towards the cafeteria, but there's a couple really important rooms to show you as we move down. The first room is in here. We're going to show you the Tech Ed Woodworking room. Grade 6s do not use this space, but grade 7s and 8s have classes. Grade 6s could be in here for a flex time activity though. This room is the Tech Ed room, and then as we go through to the pod, we get into the woodworking room. And I know you're on a video, so you can't smell the great smells of the wood, but this is my favorite room for smells. And Mrs. Newton is hiding behind the door. She's the teacher in this area. And she'll be the one that if you're in this room working with any of the machinery, she's the one trained to show you how to use it. And it's a great space with all kinds of creativeness happening in the room. This room has been here since 1957. And when I was a young girl, I did woodworking here too. As we come out of the tech ed room, right across the hall is a room that was opened up about a year ago. This used to be a storage room, and we cleaned it all out with the help of the students and made it into a fitness room. And this room is open every day during flex time. It also is open when after school, when volleyball teams or soccer teams come in and do a workout. We can also use it for adaptive physical education. And some of our students who feel they just need to release some extra energy can come to the office, ask for 5 minutes on the treadmill. They can come down and run and then come up and let me know that they're ready to go back to class, and off they go. So this space gets used by a lot of different students. We're going to continue down the hallway of the lower end. There's no classrooms other than the tech ed room along the front, but we do have a room right before we get to the cafeteria that's called the student leadership room. And not a lot of kids visit this room unless you're in the PACE group. And this is where a whole lot of our special events happen, the planning of the special events happen. So in this space, if you become a member of the leadership room, you do winter carnival, you do welcome back to school, you do the spirit rallies, you do some of the assemblies. In the freezer is freezies, and they do freezy sales to help support some of their programming. And so this is the headquarters for all the planning that the students do. And it's a really important part of our culture here. As we leave the student leadership room and we're coming down from the grade 6 wing straight down to the far corner of the school, we have our cafeteria. The cafeteria is all packed up right now because of summer cleaning, so it doesn't look anything like it normally would, except for the piano is in the same spot the piano should be in. The piano's here for students to play during lunchtime. Normally we have picnic style tables all set up in here, as well as small cafe tables. There's about 6 microwaves around the cafeteria for kids who bring food from home that needs to be warmed up. And over in the far corner is the window where kids can order their lunch or buy their lunch. I recommend pre-ordering your lunch in the morning, and you're guaranteed to get exactly what you want. If you pre-order in the morning, there is an express line up for you to grab your lunch and go. If not, you have to stand and wait in line like everybody else and buy your lunch. We have lots of variety. There's main items each day of the week, but there's also regulars like salads and veggie trays and sandwiches that are there every day. So Mrs. Mackenber and Mrs. Connors are here to serve you, and if you ask and request something, they might be able to satisfy your wishes. So you can talk to them about that. This is a very busy spot, lots of kids. Grade 6s have their own lunchtime, separate from the grade 7s and 8s. And we'll go out through this door. The cafeteria area also has cafe-style counters where if you don't have your friends with you because they're busy doing something, you can also sit at the stools at the counter here and be able to eat your lunch on your own. The front corner of the school is where the cafeteria and the leadership room are, and we're just leaving that area and we're heading down the grade 7 wing, which is the bottom wing. This room that's very close to the cafeteria is an extremely busy room. It has Schools Plus, it has attendance support worker, and it also has a student support worker for African Nova Scotian students in that space. And it's a safe space for hanging out and creating friendships and having group work done in that area, so it's a very busy spot. These are all grade 7 locker areas. So if you are in grade 7, this is mainly your territory here. And we'll walk down, it's all grade 7 wing, straight down till we get down to the large gym. Halfway down here, I'll show you a couple features. That over on this side is an elevator that goes up to the 2nd floor and allows for us to move our computer carts up and downstairs if we're sharing the computers or the laptops or the Chromebooks. And this room is a resource room for grade 7s mainly, but some social skills groups also happen here for all grade levels. As you notice down the hallways and as we go down, you'll see different colored pillars all the way down. If you're at West Hants Middle School, you're a member of a house team. We have 7 house teams. Each house team has a name, a symbol, and a color. And one of our EAs in our school has painted the 7 colors throughout the school, and you'll see that no matter where you travel. Our exit to my right here is our only ground level exit in the entire building. Our building has a lot of steps, a lot of entries that require steps. So this is our only ground level one where anybody can enter and enter easily, or if we have large loads, which is the other reason we use that one. We're making our way down the grade 7 wing close to the large gym, and we're going to work our way here into the large gym so you can have a peek to see what it looks like, because a lot of activities happen in here. The large gym can be divided into 2 smaller gyms with the curtain that comes down in the middle, which we have to do sometimes for our bookings. Our students here at West Hants Middle School have 3 hours of gym class a week, which is, or during a 6-day cycle, which is a lot more than what is required. So we often have the curtain down so that 3 gym areas are being used at the same time. Once again, our 7 house colors are on the wall. And this is usually where we have our full school assemblies because it can hold all of the staff and students at the same time. As we leave the gym, we're going to continue down the grade 7 wing to the end, and we just have more locker areas. Grade 7 and grade 8 wings do not have all pods for their lockers, but some are in the hallways. And then we will be going up a staircase at the end of the grade 7 wing to put us up in the grade 8 wing. We've just come up the end steps from the large gym in the grade 7 wing. We're now coming down the grade 8 wing. The first classroom here is a classroom that's called ESP, which stands for Enhanced Support Program. In the Enhanced Support Program, we have 6 students that have one-on-one support in here, and you'll find them throughout the school, and you'll get to know them as you're here in your time at West Hants. We're going to go down the grade 8 wing. You'll continue to see our house colors on the walls and on our pillars. And we're making our way down to the science lab. Science lab is the next room. This used to be a high school, so we're blessed to have all kinds of rooms that were designed for high school, but we can use them for middle school. So this is our science lab. It gets used by a number of our science teachers. Our science fair program is very large and very exciting here at West Hants. Things are packed up right now, but it's a busy spot during the school year. Across the hall from the science lab is a family studies room. In here we have kitchen pods for our cooking classes that grade 7s and 8s take part in, and in the back part of the room is also the sewing and family studies part of the curriculum, and we've got lots of sewing machines, materials, and anything that's needed for those projects. We also have after school cooking that happens on Wednesdays after school with a chef. The next classroom here is our computer lab. Computer lab is one of the popular rooms in June because it's air conditioned. Everybody wants to be in the computer lab. This gets booked out almost continuously, and classes come in here or use the Chromebook carts in their classroom, and I think we're up to 6 Chromebook carts as well as the computer lab and Chromebooks in the classrooms that get used by the students. And we're going to continue down the grade 8 hallway, and down for the rest of this hallway is classrooms and pod areas. And we are currently at the same spot where the elevator was downstairs, the elevator upstairs, a resource room right here for the grade 8s, and some social skills programming for all students there. There are washrooms in each wing, and we also host 2 non-gendered washrooms that are by the office that can be used by any students. They do not have to choose which one they go to. We're now at the top corner above where the cafeteria was, and I'm going to take you down this way and show you a couple special spaces. We have a grade 8 classroom right here in the corner, but this room is the Learning Center, and the Learning Center is an extremely large space that gets used by a lot of kids for a lot of reasons, and it's being packed up at the moment, so it doesn't normally look like this, but it usually has all kinds of learning pods all along the outside with some social meeting spaces in the middle. And if you come around the corner, we even have a kitchen in here for teaching life skills in the kitchen area, and we have a washer and dryer at the back corner for teaching life skills back there. Okay, we're leaving the Learning Center now. We're going to head down the wing that's in the front of the school, which will take us back to the main steps, which I mentioned to you earlier was our landmark, as well as where the main office is. But before we get there, we've got a couple grade 8 classrooms on the side here, but this is a new room that's going to be opened in 2020. It's going to be called the Makerspace Room. And in this room, we have, when it's all set up and not stored, we have Lego, we have robotics, we've got painting supplies, we've got sewing machines, we've got craft supplies, we got all kinds of different things for kids to be creative and making things in here. And we'll have guests come in and do workshops with you as well. We're going to continue out and continue towards the office. The next room that we have is called the conference room, and it gets used for a lot of different things. It currently is the room we have a lot of our adult meetings in, but it's also the room where breakfast program is served first thing in the morning. And our breakfast program is usually visited by about 70 to 80 kids every morning and is a grab and go. And our student volunteers and staff volunteers make sure there's food on the table for you to come and get something to eat first thing in the morning. And we're almost back to the main entrance, and I'll show you this room here. It has a couple special spaces. This is just right before right before the main office. This is the guidance office, and if you come in here, there's a waiting area on the outside part. This is our guidance counselor's office, where she often does one-on-one appointments. And on this side is another office that gets used by a specialist, but it also has a clothes closet that is maintained by some of our student volunteers. And if anybody needs clothes, these are all free for the taking for anybody who might need something. We're going to make our way back to down the hall here, another grade 8 classroom, and then we're back to where the main office is, and it's right beside the main steps. And if you come in the main office, we've got a few different spaces. We have an empty office that gets used by students who aren't feeling well or just need some quiet time. This is the vice principal's office, which is Mr. Miller's office. This is the main office area. You'll be greeted by the 2 secretaries that work here. My office is in the back corner, and we have a workspace over here, and we also have a sandwich bar. The red table in the corner will always have jam, and it will have wow butter and bread for you to make a lunch if you didn't bring your lunch. And usually there's a basket here with apples on it if you're hungry at recess or at lunchtime, and we usually have a basket with snacks here at recess time for those students who forgot to bring their snacks. This big guy sitting here, Barry the Bear, he shows up all over the school in different costumes and outfits depending on what the holiday looks like. Right now he's just having a little hibernation time because no students are here. And we're very close now to the main entrance, and that will bring us back to where we started our tour. This ends our tour. I'm hoping that you found it useful, and we're looking forward to having a school full of students here at West Hants Middle School. If you have any questions, our contact information is on our website.